Hello, my name is Samantha Hawkes, and I will be presenting my research proposal on the impact of trauma informed practices and students' mental health and academic success in K through 12 schools. I chose this topic because I have firsthand experience with students working in school districts, and there are definitely growing concerns on mental health inside districts with students. Learning behaviors, emotional well being, we all know can be affected by any sort of trauma, and kids tend to have a lot of trauma no matter the age. And trauma informed practices are actually increasing being implemented in schools, which is super important. So, the purpose of my study is to examine whether these practices are actually helping students or not. My research question is, how does trauma informed practices influence student mental health and academic achievements among middle school students? And my hypothesis is students that actually attend schools using trauma informed practices can demonstrate fewer behavior concerns, better emotional well being, and they achieve higher academic success. Why trauma is important? Childhood trauma does affect learning. It affects the behaviors and emotional regulations because kids sometimes just don't know how to handle trauma. Students experiencing trauma usually often struggle academically, and schools should play a key role in supporting the recovery. My research findings, Brenzel and his colleagues found that trauma informed teaching strategies improved classroom engagement. They helped regulate emotions and made a better outcome with teacher and student relationships. Dorado and his colleagues had also reported a similar outcome after they had decided to implement a school-wide trauma-informed program. And this included having a safer school environment and improving student support on campus. My data collection and methods would be, I would like to round up 200 middle school students from two different public schools, 6th through 8th grade. My variables would be my independent trauma-informed practices and my dependent student mental health and academic achievements. And my data collection would be student JPA, student wellness surveys, and student attendance, and as well as student behavioral referrals in the schools. My hypothetical findings are based off of trauma-informed practices being implemented in schools and schools that are not using the trauma-informed practices. I found that schools that are using trauma-informed have better GPAs, higher test score averages, better attendance, and less behavioral referrals than the traditional not using the practices, have low GPAs, low test scores, low attendance, and their referrals are pretty high. So my results are students in trauma-informed schools may demonstrate higher GPAs, better attendance, improved emotional well-being, fewer disciplinary referrals. What does this mean? If the hypothesis is actually supported, schools should expand trauma-informed training to different schools, different districts, improve student support services. They need more, if you ask me, and increase collaboration among teachers and counselors. Everybody should be talking about a student that is going through trauma and how they can help and in what ways, and creating a safer learning environment for them. Future studies could examine elementary schools, high schools, different geographic regions, long-term student outcomes. I could get a teacher's perspective and just have more parent involvement. My conclusion and key takeaways: trauma affects student success. Schools should make a positive difference. They can make a positive difference. Trauma-informed practices may improve both mental health and academic achievements. Continued research can help schools better support their students. And my reference. Thank you.